Hi. Hi. It's Labor Day. Labor Day. I don't like that. Why do we have to have a Labor Day? You know, the slaves get a day off. Pretty much. You don't have to be a slave, you know. You don't. You could play their game without being a slave. You can. You can. You know, when I started waking up to all the lies that we had been told, like our history, I started looking into all our pagan holidays too, like Christmas and Halloween. And, it turns out that there's some terrible occult meanings behind all the holidays that we're tricked into celebrating. So they're not only siphoning out our hard earned money, but they're tricking us into participating in their rituals. Yeah, that's what they're doing. When I woke up to that truth, I stopped participating. Yeah, I don't celebrate anything, not even my birthday. You know what birthdays are? They're tricking us into counting down the days to our death. That's what a birthday song is. They're telling you to make a wish because you're going to die soon, pretty much. Yeah. Isn't that horrible? Yeah, I don't celebrate nothing anymore. I don't celebrate my children's birthdays. I don't celebrate Christmas. And God, don't celebrate Halloween. Does anybody know the horrific rituals that are being performed during Halloween? These demons, these monsters are behind closed doors performing sacrificial rituals that include humans. Sacrifices, okay? Human sacrifices. Children included. Yeah, these fucking crazies. So every time that you're celebrating something big that's being promoted all over the world or all over television, you're participating in their freaking rituals. That's what you're doing. The Super Bowl. Do you know what happens behind closed doors? The Super Bowl. You can imagine. They have to make sacrifices. They have to give sacrifices to their God. Because, see, these Super Bowl players, all these athletes that make millions of dollars, they don't just get that because they're good athletes. That's not how that works. Hi, guys. Hi. These athletes are getting paid because they sold their soul. Okay? And in order to get paid that kind of money, you got to give up a lot of stuff. And usually it starts with one of your own loved ones, okay? Like your mom. Yeah, we heard of celebrity moms dying as soon as they become famous. The celebrity becomes famous. Yeah, that's what that's about. Their children. Yeah, they have to select a child. So don't participate in holidays. Today is Labor Day. Okay, God knows what fucking rituals they're doing behind closed doors. Yeah, if you get the day off, that's wonderful. Okay, but don't celebrate what they want you to celebrate. Okay, don't celebrate that you're getting a fucking day off. Just catch up on your chores. Be constructive. Do things you need to do. Take advantage of that day off. But don't fucking celebrate. Don't have a fucking barbecue and invite people over and red, white, and blue cupcakes. Those are all rituals, people. For red, white, and blue cupcakes, yeah. I don't celebrate holidays, and I encourage all of you to stop celebrating their freaking ritualistic holidays. Take advantage if you get the day off. Take advantage and do something constructive in your life. Go to the beach, or, that's another thing. You could go to the beach any day. You don't have to wait for Labor Day to go to the beach. I didn't go to the beach today. You know why? Because it's crowded. Because people think that they need a day off just to go to the beach. You don't. You don't. I used to come to the beach at night because that was the only time after my husband got off work. So we would make an hour drive and we would explore during the night at the beach. But we didn't wait till Labor Day. Oh my God. That'd be forever if I had to wait for Labor Day to go to the beach. Make your own holidays. I live in an eternal vacation. Yeah, I pay bills, but I tell myself every day that I'm on vacation. And who's going to tell me the opposite? Who's going to convince me that I'm wrong? I'm on a vacation. I live on a resort. I live in a heaven and paradise. I live in abundance. I make my own magic. I don't need our controllers to tell me what day I have to make my magic. Oh, Labor Day, you could, go to the beach or go to Disneyland. Yeah. Fuck that. You could go anytime you want. You don't have to wait for no special day. And you want to celebrate somebody? Don't wait for a birthday. Just celebrate them for whatever reason you want to. And my kids got really, their feelings hurt because Mom doesn't celebrate birthdays anymore. Which means, I don't buy birthday presents or birthday cards or acknowledge. If I want to celebrate them, I just pick up the phone and tell them I love them. Yeah, how's that? Yeah. I don't care about participating anymore in what the Matrix tells me I'm supposed to believe in or participate in. I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to make my own rules up. After I pay my bills, of course. Because that's real. That's real. We have to pay our bills. But once you pay your bills, it's like, nobody can tell you how to feel or what to believe in. Don't let people control you. Birthdays, Christmas, Mother's Day. My poor kids, they had to give me presents. First it was Christmas, and then a month after my birthday, and then another month after an anniversary, and then another month after Mother's Day. My poor kids, they were constantly having to, buy me a gift or a card, or I didn't want to be acknowledged all those days. I didn't have to. It was just some fucking day that somebody made up. If you love me, just pick up the phone and tell me you love me. I don't need a present. I don't need a day, a whole day. No. We can do it every day. So yeah, no Easter. Oh my gosh, do you guys know the occult meaning behind Easter? Don't celebrate Easter. Remember, their God loves babies. That's what that's about too. The rabbit is prolific. They have a lot of babies. It's representing our babies. They're doing horrible things, okay? Horrible things during Easter. Oh my gosh. Have you guys woken up yet to how satanic the Catholic religion is? That's what I was baptized as, by the way, originally, before the Mormons got a hold of me. Yeah, I was a satanic Catholic. I was born into a satanic Catholic cult. And that's the truth. That's the truth. I was looking at some of the hand symbolisms that they taught us when we were kids. You know, my parents had a priest come to our house and give us Bible lessons. But we didn't even go to church. Why was the priest at our house, Mom and Dad? Was he just teaching us how to read the Bible? Really? Is that all he was teaching us? Yeah, my parents had connections. Oh, there's the FBI. See, what happens is when they come really low, it just disrupts my train of thought. That's all. What was I saying? My parents sucked. Yeah, they sucked. I was born into a Catholic cult. That's what it was. So my parents and this priest that they allowed to teach us taught me how to make that. You know, the sign of the cross. You know, the sign of the cross is really not a cross. You're actually making that star, that upside down star that they love so much. Yeah, the satanic star that the Freemasons. And what are the witches called? The Eastern Stars. Fucking wannabes. That's all you guys are, fucking wannabes. You have to steal shit from people because you have no talent of your own. So all these holidays, if you celebrate them still, all you're doing is celebrating their Masonic tricks. Yeah, you know, they distract you, they make you spend money. It's Labor Day. Let's spend $200 to... Now, probably nowadays, like, let's spend $500 on a barbecue and have everybody come over and eat free food at our house. Yeah. And then I'm going to be exhausted when I have to go to work tomorrow. Yeah. I remember those days. Oh my God. We would host these huge parties and everybody would go home with their bellies full. Yeah. And Elsa would be washing dishes, you know, till the middle of the night. My legs all swollen, and then I'd have to go to work the next day. Yeah. See how they trick us into stupidity? That's called self-sacrifice, people. Self-sacrifice. We don't have to do that. Don't participate. Don't participate in holidays. Like I said, use it to your advantage. You know what I would do is I would just make more. Like if I had to work, I'd get double time or triple time, whatever you get on Labor Day. That's what I would do. I'll work today. It's no special day. I'll work. I'll work Christmas. See, if you don't celebrate those, you could just be making extra money. Yeah. You'd be charging extra for your services today. Yeah, why not? So anyway. Who's on? I have 2 viewers. Dale. I can't see the other. Bam. 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 You know, holidays remind me of my siblings. You know why? Because there was 9 of them, 10 of us all together. All of us had spouses. All of us had multiple children. So can you imagine on Labor Day how many people were gathering in one house and celebrating these Masonic holidays? It reminds me of my siblings, it does. You know, part of my mental anguish and mental breakdown when I divorced my family was that the holidays were heartbreaking for me because I was all alone. Like, I knew they were all gathering for Christmas. I knew they were still gathering like for Mother's Day because my mom was still alive. I knew that they just threw me away and continued on celebrating all these holidays without me while I sat alone at home with my kids, And thank you. It was the most liberating thing in the world. See, had that not been forced on me, I'd still be kissing their fucking asses. I'd be showing up to their fucking barbecues with shrimp ceviche, all the expensive stuff, all the gourmet stuff, just so they would like me and invite me again. That's my own sisters and my brothers. Well, my brothers never invited me, but the one sister that hosted everything, she made sure she controlled the whole family. Yeah, she did. She controlled them to the point where they all walked away from me. Yeah, they did. So that's what holidays remind me of. My siblings. I wonder if they still gather after all this. I don't think so. You know how I tell you that evil destroys even itself? It does. Sorry, my eyes crossed because my glasses, and then I have to look at the camera a certain way. There we go. That's better. Ooh, mama. Sorry. I was never celebrated, so I just celebrate myself now. And that has a lot to do with my siblings too, I'm number 8. I was one of the babies, so they were older than me. And they joined in on the bullying. My dad taught them how to bully me and how to make me feel like I was, this small compared to them. And they did this throughout my life because they owned properties and they owned businesses and they had money. And I didn't. I had to work 2 and 3 jobs to support 4 kids, just to keep a roof over our head and have food and clothe them from the thrift store. Yeah, clothed all my kids from the thrift store. They wore nothing but Oshkosh. They look like rich kids, just like me. Yeah, just like me. So my rich siblings, yeah, they were really horrible to me. This one sister, she's 5 years older than I, okay? We'll name her D. I don't know why. I should just say her name. Who the fuck cares, right? Nobody knows her name. Dahlia. She's so proud of her name. Dahlia. The Black Dahlia. Have you guys ever heard of that story? She was a murderer. Anyway, that's her name. 5 years older than I. Okay? After I walked away from my family, I had to go back in time, and I looked at all our pictures growing up, and she's always giving me dirty looks. I'm 5 years younger than her, and I'm this cute little blonde girl with big beautiful eyes and a big beautiful smile, and I have this light coming out of my eyes. And then I look at her, and she's sitting next to me, and she's miserable. You could tell she hates me. And she's ugly. She's ugly. She's just ugly. We know what cute is and we know what ugly is. And the truth was, she was ugly, especially compared to me. So can you imagine her hatred for me? That I had no idea because she's 5 years older than I. So I was too young to know that she hated me growing up. I was too little. I didn't get it. And I obviously didn't get it until I was way older. But, one of the first memories I have of her is she slaps me across the face. I'm like 7. And I borrowed her blouse, okay? I borrowed her blouse and I wore it to school. I mean, we lived in a family of 10 kids. We all shared each other's clothes. But not her. She was special. She was daddy's girl. She had special clothes that Daddy used to buy her, yeah. And I touched one of her blouses one day. She got home from school and saw me with it. She made me strip it off, and then she slapped me across the face. And she says, "You're fat. You're going to stretch it out." That was my big sister, yeah. So she would continue to call me fat throughout my childhood until I believed it. The ugly duckling, or the ugly sister, it was like the story of Cinderella. You know, the ugly stepsisters make Cinderella ugly because they're so jealous of her. That was my sister. And this sister will turn into the matriarch of the family. She will control everybody in the end, okay? She will control everybody's feelings, thought process about how they feel about me and my family. Yeah. This sister never had to work a day in her life outside of her home. She's been taking care of her whole life. She's owned her own home. She never had to rent. I had to rent my whole life. I was privileged to own a home, for a few years, but most of my life, I had to rent. I didn't have the security of owning my own home like she did. Yeah, she lived in a gated community. She had swimming pool. Yeah, she had all the luxuries and then some, okay? And you know where I was? I was in a little converted garage. It was a garage, okay? It had no insulation. It had drywall because they wanted to make it look like a room, but it had no insulation, okay? I had 2 babies in this oven. Summertime was an oven in this garage. In order to keep my babies cool, I had to keep fans running 24/7, and I had to soak towels, and we had to lay on them. And I would give them sponge baths to bring down their temperature in this little garage that I lived in, while my family enjoyed luxuries. They didn't have to work. They owned businesses and properties. Their kids had every sports class, every karate class. Luxury after luxury after luxury. I was just trying to keep my babies alive. Yeah. And one day I called her. It was during summertime. It was so hot. It was so hot. It must have gotten like 120 degrees inside that fucking garage. And I called her and I said, "Can I come over to your house and take the kids swimming?" She had a swimming pool. And she said, because the news said it was going to be like super hot again. It was record-breaking heat. Record-breaking, okay. She says, "Well, I'm gonna run some errands today. I'm not gonna be home." And I said, "Why don't you just leave the gate open? I don't need to come into your house. I just want the kids to enjoy the cold swimming pool. It's been so hot. Just leave the side gate open, Thalia." You know what she said? "I'm not comfortable with you guys swimming on my property while I'm not on the premises. What if something happens?" That was her answer. Yeah. So holidays remind me of her because she made sure that I was excluded from a lot of her parties and get-togethers. Yeah. Especially when she was entertaining the pedophile. Yeah, she would host the pedophile. He would come into town, her daddy. Oh, hi, daddy. I love you, daddy. Why don't you touch me like you touch her? Yeah, she loved her daddy. She would entertain the pedophile, have everybody come over for a barbecue, and exclude me. Because, I was his victim. Yeah. And my family obediently would go. Hi, assholes. Cowards. You never stood up for anything that was right in life. Never. Fucking cowards. Spineless. Pussies. 5 brothers, you guys. I have 5 brothers. I should have been taken care of. I should have been protected by those 5 brothers. You fucking asshole bullies. Selfish pussies. You let your wives control you, you fucking pussies. Yeah, 5 brothers. So see why Elsa doesn't have family or friends. Because then, when I lost my family, my friends said they were my family. They said, oh, Elsa, we love you. We love you like family. And then they stabbed me in the back too. Yeah. So I don't celebrate holidays. That's how all this started. I go off on tangents because I think I'm a little autistic. Just a little. Just a little. But brilliant people are. Did you know that? People who are geniuses and brilliant, we're autistic too. We can't just be cute and smart. We have to be a little weird. And our eyes have to cross sometimes. That's how you know when you're smart. When your eye crosses. I'm a goofball. See? See how you could get over anything in life and still be happy? These people almost killed me, you guys. I was heartbroken. I felt so abandoned and betrayed. I thought I was never going to smile again. And I am. Better than ever. Because the best revenge, you guys, sorry, doesn't come from us. It comes from God. It's called karma, okay? And we have to keep our karma clean by letting go of all the fucked up shit that people did to us, okay? And I'm here to show you you can. Once you process the pain and the betrayal, and you're like, these fuckers never deserved me. They never deserved any part of me. And then God just starts blessing you. He's like, oh, you get it now. You get it that you're not supposed to share your love with everybody. You're not. We're not, you guys. We're supposed to be forgiving, turn the other cheek, but that doesn't mean you have to talk to them. Doesn't mean you have to ever give them the opportunity to hurt you again. Ever. It just means you don't hold on to their shit. Give it back to them, yeah. Yeah. So start by not celebrating holidays. Make up your own rules. Make up your own holiday. Yeah. Hi, you guys. And I'll go to the beach tomorrow. And nobody's going to be there but me. And the homeless people. It'll be great. It'll be great. have the beach all to myself. All right, you guys. Enjoy your Monday. I'm sun gazing right now. The sun is out. It's beautiful. I got a couple tears. I got a little teary. But I recover really fast, and so can you. So can you. So let out the poison. Give it back to them. Take back your life. Bye, guys. Bye.